Hello everyone. In the previous class, we have started with the Blockly games, right? Even we have completed this puzzle and the maze, right? So we have completed, and I hope you all practice this part, right? So it's very important because with the help of this Blockly programming, will be moving to the app lab, okay? So even the MIT app inventor. Okay, so say similar blocks will be using in this both MIT app inventor as well as the app lab. Okay, so let's start. So in today's class, okay, so in this particular video, so we'll be solving this bird. Okay, so let's start with this. Okay, so in this also we'll have few different codes. Okay, so you have a different okay, you can see even we have a different levels in this. Okay, so this time we'll have a different blocks. Okay, so okay, so change the heading angle to make the bird get the worm and land in her nest. Okay, you can see. Okay, so we understood this. Okay, fine. Yeah, so you can see like we have a different angles here, right? So heading is in the sense like it has to move, right? So basically this is eagle, this is worm, and this is the nest. Okay, so eagle has to eat the worm. Okay, it has to eat the worm, then it has to go to the nest. Okay, so we have to code. Okay, so basically right now we have only one code which they have given, that is heading. Okay, so let's start. So what we have to do, okay, so right now see, so this every time there'll be a path. Okay, so now we'll be dealing with the angles. Okay, so we'll be dealing with the different angles. Okay, so you can see like this is straight path, right? So this is a 90-degree. So you know like complete. This is 180. Uh, Yeah, so this is complete circle. If you're talking about the complete circle, it is 360-degree, right? So 360-degree. So if I break it, so this will be 90, right? So this will be 90, this will be 180, and this will be 270, right? So right now the eagle path is this way. Okay, so if I want to turn this way, so what I need to do? So I need to change the heading, right? So heading right now it is 75, right? So I need to change that. Okay, so let's clear this. Okay. So let's clear this. Yeah, so now what I'll do, I'll just change this heading. So right now the heading is 90, so I'll just change to 45. See, if I run on this to 90, right? So if I just run this program, you can see it's moving straight, but I'm not able to so eagle is not able to reach the worm, and even is not able to reach the nest also, right? So again, let's reset. I'll just change the angle now to 45. Okay, so I'll just run the program now. You can see it has turned to 45. Okay, then it is the rest. Okay, so was the person. Okay, so this is how we'll write in the JavaScript. Okay, so don't worry about this. How say every time you finish the level, you can see like how it is written in JavaScript. Okay, just for your reference. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look. Okay, in JavaScript. Okay, so next move on to the next level. Okay, so in the previous class, okay, so in the previous class, so what I have explained you is I have explained you about the while, right? Even have explained about the if, right? So if some condition is true, it will execute the code inside it, right? So even if we have seen the if else, okay. So now we have same thing, that is if, okay, if condition is true, it will execute this particular block, right? If or else if the condition is false, okay, then it will execute to else. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so they have given some other instruction, that is use this block to go in one heading if you have a worm, or else different heading if you don't have a worm. Okay, so basically here they have given one certain condition. Okay, so does not have a worm. So be using this, I need to code. Okay, so what they're telling is if does not have a if, okay, so if does not have a worm, okay, so then I need to head in which direction? Is not 90, right? So it is 0-degree, right? So I need to head into 0-degree, right? So I need to head to 0-degree. First check this. I'll just check this. I'll just run this program. You can see it's moving. Okay, it's moving, right? Then it has to, okay, so if there is no worm, so it does not have a, it will be heading to 0-degree. Okay, so else it has to head to 90-degree. Okay, so if there is a no worm, okay, so basically it will keep on checking. If there is a no worm, it will know it keep on heading. So if there's a worm, Yeah, if they, so it will fail this particular condition, so it will move to the towards heading towards the 90-degree, right? So it'll move to the next. Okay, next. So now let's reset and check this. Okay, so I'll just run the program. Okay, so it's so you can see how even it's running, right? So as soon as it's yeah, you can see here. So if no worm, right? So if there is a no worm, so it will be moving in the 90 in the 0-degree direction, right? So it will be moving in the 0-degree direction, right? If there is a worm, so what will it do? So if there is a worm, it will not execute this particular code, right? So this part, so it will go to the else, that so it will go to the else part. So then that will move to the 90-degree. Okay, okay, fine. So next move to the next level. Okay, so next move to the next level. Yeah. Okay, fine. So next we have okay, so we have to move. Okay, this is the third level. Okay, we have same thing. We have if, do, else, and we have two more blocks, that is heading and even does not have worm. Okay, so in the level 3, what we can do is, okay, so if you see this, I can use the same code what I have done in the level 2. Okay, so if does not have a verb, okay, but the angle will be different now. Okay, so approximately you can just play with the angle and just keep it as 300 or something like that. Okay, so head towards so you can just see the direction. Okay, so basically 315 is good, right? So it will move into the particular direction. Okay, just think of 360-degree. Okay, see how the eagle has to move. Okay, see in that particular direction, and you can just change the angle with respect to that. Okay, okay, so if does not have worm, so head towards the 315. Okay, so then once it reaches to this particular level, okay, then it has to move to this. So it is basically the 45-degree, right? So this is straight is 90-degree, and this is 45-degree. Okay, so I'll just okay, if I put this 90-degree, let's see like how it's going to run. Okay, I'll just run this. You can see, okay, it's 315. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, it's 90-degree, it's moving straight, but I'm not able to see this is 90-degree, right? So I need to move 45. So what I'll do, I'll just change this. Okay, I'll just change this to 45. Yeah. So let's reset. I'll run the program once again. Okay, it's moving, or else you can just make it as 300. It's moving 45. Yeah. Okay, this is type. Okay, you just play with the different angles, right? So if no worm, this is what the same thing, it's written in the JavaScript. If no worm, so heading towards a 315. This is a degree, right? And else heading 45. Okay, so next move on to the next level. Okay, fine. So we have something, this time we have something X. Okay, so X is your current horizontal position. Okay, so you can see like they have given some help over here, right? So X is a horizontal. You can see we have even the numbering, that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. So X is your current horizontal position. So use this block to go in one heading if X is less than the number or different heading otherwise. Okay, so what they're telling, use this particular block to go in one heading. Okay, so if X is less, so basically if particular some value is less than 50, to go in the particular direction. Okay, that's what the meaning of this. Okay, so let's try to code this. Okay, so we have, okay, so we can't able to use this does not now. Okay, we have only two blocks, that is heading and even this X. Okay, so what we can do is if X is less than, okay, you can see it's 80, right? So if X is less than 80, because see, the eagle has to move straight. You can see the straight, I have a value of 80, right? Then it has to turn, and then it has to turn, and then it has to move in this particular path, right? So what I can do is, if X value is less than 80, okay? So this is the 80 here, right? This is the 80. Okay, it has to reach here, right? So if there's less than 80, I'll just change to 80. Okay, so what it has to do, the heading should be 0, right? So it has to, the angle is 0 now, right? So I'll just drag this, I'll add it 0, right? So let's check this. Okay, let's check this, run program. Okay, see if it is less than 80. So because if everything is less than 80, right, so it's moving, right? It's keep on moving. Okay, so now what I have to do, else, okay, if it is not less than 80, no, if it is, okay, so if it is less than 80, it's this. Okay, if it is not less than 80, what we need to do, then just turn it 90 degree. Okay, so just turn it 90 degree. Okay, if this less than is not equal, if it is less than 80, heading is 0. Okay, if it is 80, then turn 90 degree. Okay, so let's reset and run this. You can see it's moving. Okay, so you want to see it's how the code is running. As soon as it reaches, okay, it's moving in that direction. Okay, so it's wrong, right? So it's moving in that particular direction. So I need to keep as 270. Okay, so let's reset now. Okay, so run program. Yeah, you can see how it's moving. Yeah, so it's very simple, right? So if get x, okay, don't worry about this code. Okay, so if get x is less than 80, this is how we write in JavaScript. Okay, so if get x less than 80, okay, so heading is 0, else heading is 270. Okay, so let's move on to the next level. Okay, okay, so level 5. Okay, so here we have even the x-axis, even the y-axis. Okay, so how we can code this? If y is greater than 20. Okay, so because okay, so it's at 80. So what we can do is, if x value is greater than this 20, so then move towards 270, right? The angle. So see angle. So now the eagle is at that particular position, that is at 80, right? So what so how I can code is, if y value is less than this, okay, so then eagle has to move in this particular direction. Okay, so I'll just code this way. If x, right, so if x is less than what, 20, you can see the value is 20 here, right? Then again I have to turn this way. So if the value, if the x value is less than 20, okay, then heading should be 270, right? It's not 90, because 90 will go up. Okay, it's 270. It's 270. Okay, let's run this first, check. Okay, um, reset. Okay, run program. If is okay, it's not even moving. Okay, we have one more thing here called, it's something like a kind of setting symbol, right? So what we can do is, here we can add the else if or else. Okay, so for example, okay, so what we have seen till now is only else. Okay, if you have two more conditions to check, okay, so then we'll be using this else if. Okay, so if you want to add else if, you can just attach this way. Okay, so here, so that you can see over here. Okay, if you want to remove, you can just remove this way. Okay, okay, so this has to run. Let's reset. Okay, if the y value is not less than, it shift is greater than, right? If the y value is greater than the 20, okay, greater than the 20, then head towards 270. Okay, you can see it's moving, right? It's moving. Okay, so if it is greater than 20, so as soon as it reaches 20 or less than 20, so what it has to do? It has to turn, it's 180, right? So this is 90. So if you move, if oh, you can, I'll just show in this particular angle. Okay, so if I have if do, so if I want to add else, right? So I'll just add it this way. Okay, see even the same, this setting symbol will be in MIT App Inventor as well. Okay, even in the code.org. Okay, so it just exposure to you, like how we are going to code in that particular sections. Okay, so now you should be very familiar with all these things. Okay, so in that particular module, I'll not be teaching like how to drag and drop this particular part. Okay, so now you should be very familiar with all those things. Okay, fine. So what? So if y is greater than 20, that is this y value, right? If the y is greater than 20, so head towards a 270 degree, right? So else head to, if it is so it is 80 degree, right? So it comes, this is 90, this is 0, this is 90, this is 180. Okay, yeah, I'll just reset. Yeah, let's do this quickly. Okay, run program, it's moving. Okay, so turn, it's moving 180. Okay, fine. Okay, this is what they have written in the JavaScript as well. Okay, so if get x, if get y is greater than 20, okay, head towards 270, else heading towards 180. Okay, so now next, more to the next level. So we have total 10 levels. Okay, we have same things. Okay, so here in the level 6, okay, so we need to add two more conditions, because the eagle is here, it has to move in this particular direction. So it will be approx 330 degree. Okay, so then it has to turn again, it has to move to 90 degree. okay, then it has to move to 180 degree. Okay, so let's code this because we have three different conditions. What I'll do, okay, if there is does not have a worm, okay, if there is does not have a worm, okay, so heading towards, okay, this, okay, I'll just keep it 340, 330 or 3, okay, I'll just keep it close, 345. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, it's moving. It does not have a worm, so there is not much, which keep on moving. Okay, so now else if y is less than 80, okay, if the y is less than 80, okay, then move towards 90 degree. Okay, so if the y value, okay, I need to add else if, so I'll just attach else if, right? So if y value, okay, is less than 80, okay, this is less than 80, right? If the y value is less than 80, then heading towards 90. Okay, let's reset and check. Okay, so it's moving. You can see how it's running, right? So now it's 345 degree. Okay, as soon as it reaches, there's no worms, heading towards 90 degree. Okay, okay, so heading towards 90 degree. Okay, so else heading towards 180. Okay, so as soon as it reaches a particular direction, it has to move to 180. Okay, fine. This is less than 50. For that reason, it has stopped here. Okay, if I put one less than 80 here, it will move up to 80. It's very simple. I hope you're understanding, right? So if you have any doubt, just you can just ask me in the comment section. Okay, it's very simple, right? So okay, I'll just reset this. Okay, so run the program. Okay, it's moving. See, now the heading is 145. The not a worm. It moved to the 90 degree. Right, then again, right? It's very simple. Okay, so if there is a no worm, it will move to 345 degree initially. Okay, else if we have one more condition, because y value is less than 90, okay, so it will move to the 90 degree. As soon as it move to the 80 degree, as soon as it move to the 80, so else, like now the condition, even this condition is false, even this condition is false, because there is no worm. Okay, directly it will go to this heading part, that is else, that is heading is 180. Okay, okay, now next move on to the next level, that is 7. Okay, so now, okay, we have to reach here. Okay, then we have to reach here. Okay, so what you can do is, if y value is greater than 20, so you can see we have, this is x-axis, here also we have y-axis, right? If the y value is greater than 20, it has to move in particular direction, that is 220. Okay, 220. Okay, so let's code this. If does not have worm, okay, so do heading towards 225. Okay, let's keep this and check. uh, okay, because I know I should not test this particular block, right? Okay, 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 directly reaching the nest. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, so so okay, once it reaches to this particular this thing, so what I can do is, or else what I can do is, okay, if the y value is greater than 20, okay, I'll make, okay, so what I'll do, I'll just remove this. If the y value is greater than 20, okay, so greater than 20, so okay, go in that particular angle. Okay, else if, even I need else, I'll just have that. Okay, so else if, okay, so else if does not have worm, okay, because it does not have worm, okay, then heading towards 0. Okay, I'll explain this. The heading is 0. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so okay, it's moving to 225. Okay, okay, fine. So okay, fine. Okay, right, because we have given here the greater than 20. Okay, so as soon as, because if it is greater than 20, it will move up to this particular angle. As soon as it reaches 20, of course it has to move to this 0 degree angle, right? So it will take, okay, so okay, so if it is 0 degree, okay, so else if, what I should add one more else if. Okay, I'll just add one more else if. I'll just remove this else. We don't need else. Okay, I'll just run this once again. I'll just show you. Okay, so you can see now the y value is greater than 20. It's moving in the 225 angle. So as soon as reach 20, it's moving to the 0 degree, right? So else, so I can add one more. If y value, okay, is less than 20, okay, if the y value is less than 20, so heading is 180. I'll just change this. So heading is 180. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so you can see another knockout is here because it's greater than 20. Okay, no worm, it moving to the 0 degree, it will eat the worm. Okay, then it is heading to the 180. It's very simple. Okay, you can see that this is what the correct code is. Okay, so if the get value is greater than 20, the heading towards the 225. Else if no worm, heading is 0. Else if get y, you can see like how we are using this else if statements. All right. Okay, next move on the next level. So we have 3 more levels. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. So now we are in level 8. So how we can do is, so if x value, you can see we have here x, here y. Okay, so basically I need to go here, I need to eat, then I need to move here, right? So if the x value, you can see this is 50. Okay, if the x value is less than 60, okay, need to add. So even they have introduced something new block here, that is and. The and block is true only if the both the inputs are true. Okay, so why we use and? If we can combine the two statements, if the two statements are true, then only if condition is satisfied, that is if that particular condition it will true, it will go inside that if state, if block. Okay, and that's what we are using this and. Okay, so what we can do is if x is less than 50, okay, and does not have worm, then move 45. Okay, basically it has to turn this way, right? So what I'll do, I need and statement here. So what I'll do, if x is less than 50, okay, if x is less than 50 and does not have worm, okay, so what it has to do, okay, so I have attached here what it has to do. So if x is less than 50 and does not have worm, okay, so it has to head towards 45 degree. Okay, so heading is 45. Okay, so let's check this. I'll run the program. Okay, it's moving. Okay, is less than 20. Okay, it's very simple, right? So if x value, because this is x value, right? So if x value is less than 50 and does not have a worm, so it does not have a worm, so basically it's heading towards 45. Okay, so else, so I'll add else if here. So let's code stepwise. Okay, so you understand. I hope you understood this first particular code, right? So else if y is greater than 20, okay, and does not have worm, then turn this particular direction. So this particular direction will be approx 320 degree or something like that, right? So if, so we need two conditions here and. So if y value is less than 20, okay, okay, greater than 20, because it can go here also, here also. So I'll just, if it's greater than 20, okay, and does not have worm, okay, so it does not have worm, so then do what, then heading towards, so this particular direction, so I'll just keep 315 because it's something looking like 315. Okay, so let's reset and run now. Okay, it's moving. Okay, so now x value is greater than 20, it's moving to 315. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, so now what it has to do, if y value is greater than 20 and less than 50, okay, because we have two more blocks here. Okay, if it is greater than 20 and less than 50, then it has to move in this particular direction, right? So how we can do that? Okay, so let's add one more ilsef, because I need to turn from this, right? So it is in this particular direction. So what I can do is, yeah. So what we can do, so else if, I'll add one more else if, I'll add one more else if. Okay, So in this else if the y value, okay, if the y value, we need both and, okay, if the y value is greater than 20, because it's greater than 20, it has to turn, right? It has to, if it is greater than 20, okay, and y value is less than 50, if it is less than 50, okay, so I'll just attach this. Okay, if value is this, then heading is, okay, it has to turn this way, 135. It's very simple, right? So reset. So its initial is here. What it has to do, if x value is greater than 50 and does not have a worm, so it has to move in the 45 direction. This is what the first condition is satisfied. Okay. So if next else, if else, like y is greater than 20 and does not have worm, then move to this particular direction. Okay, so then again we have to turn it, right? So I'll just run and show you. Okay, see, it's running 45 now. Now the y value is greater than 20, does not have worms, it moving to 315. Okay, so y value is now 30 and less than 50, so it has to move 135. Now it has to move. Okay, so now the if it is greater than 50, then what it has to do, it has to turn the 45, right? It's very simple. So I need to add else here. So I'll add last else. So else is 45. So this way, right? Okay. So I have explained you stepwise, right? So initially it was here. I'll just reset this. Okay. So first code. So if x value is less than 50 and does not have a worm, so what it will do, it is less than 50 and does not have a worm, it will move to the 45, right? So next, so as soon as okay, so now the next condition is if y value is greater than 20, right? Yes, of course y value is greater than 20 and it does not have worms, it will move to this particular direction, right? Then we have to go this particular direction. How? So we have added the two and statement, that is if the y value is greater than 20 and less than 50, it has to move to 315 degree. Okay, so as soon as it's greater than 50, so it has to move to 45 degree. Else at the end we have one more last condition, that is else. Okay, let's run this now. It will take, move to the 45. Okay, so you can see like how we are writing this and in JavaScript. Okay, this way you can just visualize. Okay, so here what you are seeing is in the blocks format. So here what you're seeing in the actual code, right? This is actual JavaScript code here. Okay, so as I said, just don't worry, just see like how they are writing this particular code in the JavaScript. Okay, so if you see in this block section, right, it's looking like it's very easy, right? So when you write, so it's also when you write, it's also very easy, right? So just you have to see the syntax, okay, how to write the and. Okay, so in this particular level we have exposed a new thing, that is and. Okay, it's very important, whenever the two conditions are satisfied, okay, then only it will execute the this particular code. Okay, okay, so next move on to next two levels. Okay, so we have level 9. Okay, so it's bit looking complicated. Okay, okay, fine. So we have to move this way, then we have to go this way, right? Okay, so how I'll code is if, okay, let's do stepwise. Okay, so if does not have a worm, okay, if does not have a worm and the y value is greater than 55. Okay, so this is 60 if great, because here also we have some hurdle, right? So if it is greater than 50, then move toward this angle. So this angle will be approx 190, okay, something like that. Okay, let's check that. Okay, we have and here. Okay, if does not have worm, I'll just remove this. Okay, if does not have worm and the y value, okay, if the y value is greater than 60 or 55. Okay, so okay, this is 68. Okay, I'll just keep it this value, this is 60, 55. Okay, it is greater than 55. Okay, so what it has to do, so if this is okay, I'll just drag this. Yeah, so then heading, so you can just see, so here, so this way, right? So not so this way, yeah, 195, 195, 195 will be good angle, yeah, 195. Yeah, let's check this run. Um, yeah, so it's moving correctly. Okay, so 195. Okay, else if, so then again have to so what if does not have a worm and the y value is less than 55. So greater than 55 we have coded, right? So if it is greater than 55, it has to move to 195 angle degree. If does not have a verb, and if it is less than 55, then it has to move this straight, that is 270, right? So let's code that. Let's add one else if. Okay, so else if, so I have and if does not have verb, okay, and the y value is less than, okay, 55. If the y value is less than 55, okay, so if the y value is less than 55, then heading towards 270, right? So this angle, so basically this straight 270, okay, 240, so 270, okay. So let's go now, reset, run. Okay, so y is greater than 55. Okay, so heading is, you can see how it's running, right? So as soon as it reaches to less than 50, it's 270. Okay, now it's eaten. So now what we have to do, okay, so now again it has to turn back and it's to go in this particular direction. So if x value, we have x values here, right? If x value is less than 45, okay, if it is less than 45, okay, and the y value here is 75, okay, then move to the 75 degree, okay, because this will be 75. Let's code that, I'll then you'll understand. Okay, let's add one more else if. Okay, so one more else if I have one and, so if x value is less than 45, if it is less than 45, okay, and y value, okay, greater less than 75, less than 75, okay, so what it has to do, it has to move to 75. So 75 will be this, okay. Let's reset and run. Okay, so you can see now it's in heading 195, then it is less than 55, it will move to 270. Now x value is then 45, so it's moving to, because even is less than 75, right? Else, okay, if the condition is less, else I can add one more else, then move to this particular, so this will be 315. Okay, so let's add else at the end. If all the condition is false, then heading towards, so this direction, right? So 350. Okay, so let's run now. Yeah, reset, I'll run the program, you can see. So now heading it's 195, now heading is 270, now the condition is 75. Okay, then it will move to the 315. Okay, okay, fine. So this is how we are written in the JavaScript. Okay. Okay, so next is level 10. Okay, so I'll just stop here. Okay, I'll just give you this as activity. Okay, just try to do this particular part. Okay, so we have the same blocks here. Okay, so we have done the 9 different levels. Okay, so use this x and y and okay, try to code this. Okay, so anyways, it's in nest. Okay, it has to move out of nest, it has to go here, it has to eat this worm and come back to this particular nest. Okay, it has to come to this nest. Okay, so try to code this. Okay, so I'll be starting in I'll show you the solution in the next class, but I'll pause here. Okay, so that you just try to attempt this. Okay, so just try to code this particular level. Okay, so if you are done, just try to post your answer in the comment section. Okay, so until then, just try to practice. Okay, so see, as you keep on practice this drag and drop blocks, right? So when we go to the actual app building process, that is app lab or MIT app inventor, then you'll be very familiar, because this all blocks is similar like what we'll be using there. Okay, so like we'll add buttons there. Okay, so we'll code it, we'll code there. Okay, if this condition is true, execute this. If that, okay, while this condition, okay, execute this. Okay, so we'll be using all those things in MIT app inventor as well as app lab. Okay, so try to practice. Okay, if you have any doubts, just try add your doubt in the comment section. Okay, I'll answer it. Okay, so be safe and happy learning. Okay, so I'll end today's class. Okay, so this is what all about in this particular video. Okay, so let's start this. So I'll just solve this in the next class. Okay, in the next upcoming video. Okay, until then you can just try to do this. Okay, bye.